up, folks? It's your friend Phil here, project management trainer and coach. I hope you're doing great. I got this great information from a student of ours, Amjid. Now, you've probably seen some of the videos of how he prepared. I just want to encourage you to listen and watch those videos that Amjid had sent in, because it will give you an idea of how to prepare for the exam. It would encourage and motivate anyone who is struggling. So I thought I should just talk a little bit about what I see in his preparation that I don't see in a lot of students' prep. A lot of students don't go the extra mile. First of all, they don't open up the books and dissect the books. A lot of people don't open up the PMBOK guide. They don't dissect the PMBOK guide. But this is something I've seen Amjid do. He opened up the PMBOK guide, dissected it. Amjid is the head of department at his firm, but he left no stone unturned in preparing for the exam. And he's an example of a lot of students who go the extra mile, but there are also several students who do not. So I just wanted to encourage you to watch the videos that Amjid has sent in. You know, he's sent in some lessons learned that we're going to be reviewing on Savage on Saturday. I don't want you to miss it. So on Saturday, you want to show up and listen to what Amjid has to say. This is a picture of him at his study desk and all the books he's read. You can see folders upon folders open, but yet organized. So he wasn't playing games. You see, he had a study system. I want to encourage you folks, have a study system, methodical system, not all over the place, but know what you're doing. If you're doing data flows, do data flows. If you're doing network diagrams, stick to network diagrams for the period. You know, if you're doing cross-referencing, do cross-referencing. You know, if you're doing extensive mind maps like the one he showed, then do the mind maps. Okay, it is absolutely doable, but you have to have a system, folks. You have to be intentional. You have to be dogged. You have to be rugged. You have to be rough. And you have to go, go, go. All right? I really want you to succeed, and I would advise that you just look at the manner in which this student studied, learn a few things from his approach, from his method. He first of all sent in the video of him in traffic and showing how he maximized study time in traffic. You can do the same. You know, no one is going to listen to the excuse at the end of the day that you didn't have time to study, you know, especially if it's required in your firm. They're just going to say, well, he didn't get certified or she didn't get certified, and that's the end of the story. No, we don't want that to happen. So be an animal, be crazy, be wild. Kill this thing, folks. Do it. Do it. It's not over until you have bled the last drop of blood in the fight. Because think about it, you might as well not do anything if you're not ready to go all the way to the end, if you're not ready to shed that last drop. Do every single thing possible to kill this exam. It's a life-changing experience for many people. There is more to life than certifications, yes, but certifications have changed several people's lives. The PMP exam has changed my life, my trajectory, and it might be the same for many other people. So learn from Amjid. Learn from what he shared, and come on the Savage on Saturday group, get engaged, and get certified, and then move on to the next big thing. I know it's not the only thing in life. There's a lot of bigger things in life, right? There's your life, there's family, there's friends. There's a lot more to it than work, 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 I know. But you can take better care of people around you if you're gainfully engaged as a project manager. Times are changing, folks. Let's do this thing. Do this thing. Here's my philosophy. I don't care whether you come on Savage on Saturday or not. I don't care whether you're my student or not, but if you've spent time and money, hey, you owe it to yourself to drive this thing to the end, to crush it, to kill it, to bring it, to come with your A game. I see a lot of my students, they show up for 5 days of training and they didn't come prepared. How can you come to a boot camp for 5 days and you didn't come prepared? How can you think of spending $555, giving that to the PMI, and you don't come with your A game? It's crazy. So go to those videos, learn from the man. He's spoken, he's shown you his desk, he's poured a lot of time into this. A lot of students get certified and thank you, Phil, and they hop off the bus. We never see them again. We see their tail lights, and that's it, you know. But this guy decided to go the extra mile and share his experience. So I want to encourage you, if you are trying to get certified, don't feel discouraged. You know, Amjad himself had an unpleasant experience at first in 2015, but he jumped back on the horse and said, hey, I'm going to drive this thing to the end. You see, you see a vertical computer that's in portrait mode just there behind him, right there. Well, that computer he used to examine a data flow that was sent by another student, Andy, and that was very instrumental in Amjad's preparation. So I want to encourage you, if you are a PMP, don't just jump off the bus, but go the extra mile. Help people, mentor people, coach them. I would not be here if it wasn't for Mary Hershey, who said, hey, Phil, I think you'd be a good candidate for the exam. And gave me some books. In fact, the books I used for the exam, all the books, Mary gave me those books. So without Mary, I wouldn't be where I am, you know. I'm hoping that Amjad's story and his method and how he did it, I'm hoping that that would encourage someone. Take a look at his wall over there. Look at all those Post-it notes full of all sorts of processes and things. And then take a look at his table, though busy yet organized, a system. So I want to encourage you folks, do it, do this thing. I'm here to give you encouragement. That's really what I'm here to do, to tell you. I don't care whether you failed it last week, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 10 days ago, you can do it. Amjad did it. Andy did it. Andy gave Amjad the chart back there. Phil did it. Even though Phil thought he was going to fail, he still ended up passing the exam. We've had tons of students who have defied all odds. All right? So know you can do it, but do your part. Do your part. You know, isolate yourself. Be in a good place where you are doing nothing but studying. You take a look at his desk. Everything is study. Pens, books, computers, and study gear. And that's it. And sometimes you're just going to have to take yourself out of your comfort zone. Some people are at home, you know, trying to study and it doesn't work. He's at home. It's working because he's got this dedicated area. If you don't have a dedicated area, it might be a little bit hard for you to put in that same type of horsepower, that same type of concentration. You know what I did for mine? I went to the library, folks. I went to the library on Saturday. I was savage. I was crazy. To be honest, very few people would study for a straight 12 hours, a straight 10 hours. But I would take that book and sit tight because I was fed up of the state I was in. There has to be a greater cause. So what is your greater cause? Why are you doing this? Ask yourself. There has to be a greater purpose, a greater cause, a greater purpose. For me, I was tired of where I was. I needed to make better money. And the only way for me to get out, because all the interviews I went for, they're asking questions that had nothing to do with the academia, nothing to do with what I'd studied for my master's degree or my bachelor's degree. I was like a deer caught in the headlights. I remember going up to an interview at DHL in Scottsdale, and I sat down there and they asked me questions both about MS Project, which I thought I knew, and general project management, but they were using PMI terms, and one of the guys there was Prince 2 certified, so imagine me being as clueless as that. I knew I needed to know more about project management, but I didn't know how until I met Mary, and that's why I took the PMBOK guide, read it, and ate it all up, and decided this is going to be my way out of this crazy place I'm in. It's a crazy job. So I want to encourage you folks, do this thing. Hey, If you are looking for a course, now, I know a lot of people say, Phil, but you're always trying to sell. Why wouldn't I sell? Why wouldn't I sell what I know can help people? Why not? I know my solutions help. Take a look at Amjad. He's back in the background. You can see his friend Phil. A lot of the stuff that people use to pass the exam is my free stuff. So I'm not even saying you have to use stuff that you get. But there are a lot of people struggling that need to get stuff. They're struggling. They don't know that there is a mentor, trainer, and coach that wants their success as much as they do. They don't know. I remember Amjad said, Phil, hey, I would like to know more about stakeholder management. This was like 10 p.m. at night. And I said, yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back in a couple of hours, and I'll go through some stuff with you, because I wanted. There are many different options, many different bands. Some folks can come on Savage on Saturday. Some people aren't on social media, so they can't. But if you on your own to get PMP certified, I want you to boss up, folks. I want you to boss up, and I want you to come on board our system. And the way to come on board our system is by going to pmsucceed.com. Go to pmsucceed.com, and if you don't have a trainer or coach, sign up for training. This is not a sales pitch, and I don't really care whoever thinks it is, because I'm on a mission to help those who are serious, who are struggling. You know, in the past few days, I've had people say, Phil, I was on this course and nobody cared that I failed the exam. I had a guy who called a few hours ago and said, Phil, I'm drowning, I need help. And he ended up getting a power review. And it's unfortunate. So many crazy courses out there, people forking out hundreds and thousands, nobody cares. But as you can see from what I've shared with you, this is not some made-up story. This is a real person who found Phil. He said he found Phil randomly. He says, why you need Phil and this group. He says, learning a new knowledge or developing skill. And then he lists out a bunch of things: reading, hearing, seeing, talking, teaching, and training. He lists out a bunch of things, and he shows you the reasons why you need Phil in this group. So if you're not on Savage on Saturday, go there. Do it. I know this is a bit of a scrappy video. Typically, I make it a lot more presentable than this, but honestly, I just want to reach out to whoever that person is that needs to benefit from the group, benefit from what Amjad has to say. Savage on Saturday. This Saturday, you are going to be hearing from Amjad live, folks. All right? So please sign up for Savage on Saturday. It is free. And secondly, come with your A game. Ask questions. There are going to be other folks on the call who have killed the exam. I mean, the group is so rich with people who have gotten above target so many times. All right? This week alone, we had Mauricio, Kaushik, Amjad, and who else? Jude Nelson killed the exam, all in a matter of 2.5 days. And this has been quite the case, you know, since we started Savage on Saturday. You know, the week before that, it was Puneet, then it was Heather, then it was Chris, then it was Julie. I mean, I could go on and on. People who have killed it with 5 above targets. Hey, you know what to do. Sign up for the group, and I'll see you on Saturday, along with Amjad and the rest. Take care. Bye for now.